welcome to another video on our channel. So this is a car rental we just got. This is a Malibu Chevy, and we'll see how it goes in the next couple of weeks, and we'll review it. This rental is from Thrifty from Pearson Airport. So here's the car review. This is the car we rented, Chevy Malibu. But first, let's talk about the company I rented from. So this is Thrifty. I've never rented from them before, and it wasn't any different than previous experiences in terms of the service so far. I haven't returned it yet, so we'll see. We'll see what happens there. From Toronto Airport, so that they usually just tell you where the car is and the keys inside, so they check you on the way out, they check the car, so it's pretty much the same as other companies. I've never noticed them before. I thought it was a new company, but I googled it. It's not a new company. I don't know. No, this is the first time I'm renting a car post-COVID. Before, I used to rent quite often. Every year I would come to Ontario, because I used to live here before, and I always rent the car, usually from the airport, either Hamilton or Toronto. Usually I rented, well, I would book a full-size car, so something like that, and they would usually give me an SUV. Well, the one time we even got X3 BMW. So I have some video footage of that, so I'll probably include it right here. It's not an old video on our channel, it's just like I have some video footage that I can include here. So here's the BMW that we rented a few years back. That's, I believe, 2017 when we rented this one. And look at the lights inside, it's sick. It was so nice, and just to compare the prices, we paid $20 a day for this one compared to the Malibu that we rented this year, 2024. Malibu was $67 a day. One is pre-pandemic, the other one is post-pandemic. So yeah, the prices post-pandemic are absolutely crazy, and this is really nice. And by the way, this is the 407 highway back in the days at night. There's nobody there. Yeah, very nice car. Car rentals were way cheaper back in the days, at least in Canada. In Europe they were still very expensive, even back in 2017. But yeah, this one was a really good deal. This is my first time doing a review on a car rental, because we didn't have the channel before. But yeah, my first time post-pandemic. It is ridiculously expensive. So this car, and again, like I would usually order the same size, and they always upgrade me. but this car is more than triple the price what I usually paid before the pandemic. So it is very, very expensive, but other than that, it's pretty much the same experience. Now I'm a little bit surprised in terms of the service. The car is not very well kept and it's a little bit older, so this might be something post-pandemic. So it's got, let me check, I think 45,000 kilometers. I don't ever remember renting a car with that high mileage. Yep, I don't know if you can see it here. Yeah, it's 46,000. Around 35 is probably the oldest car I ever drove. Usually it's even less than that. So this is an old car. And the other thing is, it needs an alignment. So it's got this shake between 90 and 110 kilometers an hour. It disappears when you go above that, and then if you slow down also disappears. So that sounds like it needs an alignment. So yeah, it's almost like it's not very well kept. Other than that, it's okay. It's fairly new car. So besides that, it's pretty much normal rental experience so far. And from here we're gonna start talking about the car, Chevy Malibu. And I'm gonna start here with the shaking. So the shaking actually is most prevalent at 100 kilometers an hour. So it starts around 90, it intensifies up to 100, and then once you start going over 100, it lessens and it disappears at around 110. So this is why I'm thinking it's alignment, but the car is also riding like a boat, you know, like it seems like the suspension is not great. Now I did have, and I actually have a video review of a Mazda 6 on our channel. I'll include it up here. Is that the right side? This one, maybe? Either one. I don't know which one. It's hard to tell here. But yeah, I'll link it here. So I did have Mazda 6 and it was very stable on the road. This one is not very stable. It's not too shaky. It's not like that I'm afraid to drive it, but it's shakier. Let's just put it this way. So I don't know if this is normal for all Malibus, or it's just this car has a problem with suspension and alignment. But this is what I experienced with this. In terms of acceleration, it is decent. Like, I mean, I don't drive it like too fast. I haven't raced anyone, so I mean it has a good acceleration, good enough. Like I mean, if you want to merge into a fast freeway, it's not a problem. So it's not like a Nissan. Definitely Nissan Rogue, definitely faster than that. So we did test drive Nissan Rogue before we bought the car that we currently have. That's Cadillac XT4 is what we have, and I'm actually going to soon-ish do a review on that. We've had it for 4 years, so I'm gonna do a review on that car as well. But yeah, let's get inside. I'm actually going to go in the back of the car so we can take a good look at the dashboard. But you know what, let me just start the car first and then we'll go in. The car is running now. 2 reasons why I wanted to start it: to actually see the lights on the dashboard and to have some air conditioning going, because it's really hot in here. So this is your dashboard. So the info system is pretty much the same as the Cadillac. This is your dashboard. It's pretty comfortable. I mean, it's a normal sedan. Pretty happy with it. Now some of those dials here are pretty old, and especially the stick, my stick in the Cadillac is just tilting. It's not moving like this one, you know. This one goes back and forth, and I'm not doing anything right now because I'm on the back seat. But yeah, Cadillac is only tilting, and it also Cadillac puts itself on park when I shut off the engine, and this is a push start just like my Cadillac. The very first few times when I shut it off, I didn't put it in park. I keep forgetting because I'm not used to it. So this is one of the things that I kind of don't like. I guess this is more basic model, so this is how it is. But I'm hoping in the future this will go away. There's quite a bit of space here. The Cadillac has that. The glove compartment is a bit small, but you have storage on the sides in the door, so I'm pretty happy with that. And also it has the moonroof or whatever this is called, sunroof. I can open it. It's really sunny out right now, so I'm not gonna, you know what, also this thing opens. It's exactly the same as, well, I mean, it works exactly the same as the Cadillac, but actually the Cadillac opens a lot more. So I don't know if this is considered a moonroof or a sunroof. So this is it. There's plenty of space back here, and I'm pretty tall. I'm 6 feet tall. I have this seat quite far back. You can still see there's quite a bit of space here. Baby is where it sits. You can actually see my legs here, and I have a lot of space from this seat. Now this seat is not as far back as mine, but it's pretty close. So there's lots of space, and there's air conditioning here, charging in the back as well as in the front, of course. So from that point of view, the car is pretty good. Now I do like SUVs. Since I bought my first SUV, I was into sedans before, but now I want an SUV. And one of the reasons is, especially with the baby, it's really hard to get the baby in here, and I'm gonna try to show you that on the other side, because it's very low. And this is, I'm gonna try to keep the camera on my eye level, kind of like this. So when I open the door, you can see how high I am. And getting the baby in, I have to tilt him, and it's a bit of a problem. That doesn't happen on the Cadillac. The Cadillac is way higher. It's much easier on the SUV, I should say, because there are sedans, Cadillacs that will probably have the exact same problem. So this is why I prefer an SUV over a sedan. Now let's talk about the trunk. I am surprised how much space there is in here. And we'll take a look at that tomorrow as well when we put in the luggage. So 2 big suitcases for the airplane go in here, no problem, with the 2 carry-ons. And I can even put this in as well. There's lots of space actually. And the SUV is kind of like a hatchback or wagon, if you wish. But I feel like this trunk is a little bit bigger than the SUV. The only problem is the opening here is actually pretty small, so you would have problem getting stuff in. And I had the same problem with the Mazda. I couldn't get a cooler in here, a big size cooler, one that I have no problems putting in my Cadillac right now. But yeah, the opening is kind of small, and it's hard to get stuff in. It's not a problem with suitcases, but certain things will be hard to put in here. That's the only complaint, and I guess it's normal for sedans. Yeah, and yeah, speed limits are pretty low here. I've had the car, I don't know, 140, I think, in the 110 zone. Even though it's hard, there's a lot of traffic here too, so you don't go that fast. But yeah, it's pretty good. It doesn't have any problems at highway speeds, so yeah, you won't have any problems with it. Gasoline consumption is all right. We can see here it's 7.7 liters per 100 kilometers. This is how we measure it in Canada. I have no idea what that would be in terms of gallons per mile or miles per gallon. I don't even know how it's done in the US. This is just like so weird. By the way, when I go in the US with the Cadillac, I have to switch units, and then it starts showing, I think it's miles per gallon. Yeah, and it's so confusing. Like, I can't wrap my head around it. I mean, it would make sense to say how much gasoline you're using per set distance, not how far do you travel per set consumption of fuel. Anyways, 7.7 liters, which is, for a car that size, is normal. I mean, it's not, doesn't use that much. It's a little bit more than the SUV, but the SUV is 4x4 and all-wheel drive, so that's normal. I do turn off the all-wheel drive in the summer just to save some. So in the summer it's still a little bit more than that. It's a little bit over 8. In the winter it's around 10 for the Cadillacs. But yeah, of course, this is a sedan. It would use less fuel, and this is it. It's a nice size inside. Everything other than that is pretty good. We'll actually, again, tomorrow when we load up the car to go to the airport, we'll take a look at the luggage, and we'll talk again at the airport when I'm dropping off the car. Okay, this is it for now. Okay, so we're all loaded up, and this is how it works here. So we got 2 big suitcases in there. Pull this out and you can see it. And we have the carry-on, computer bag, and half of the stroller fits in here. Not all of it can. The other one has to be on the front seat like that. But yeah, luggage, I mean, the trunk is pretty big, so it can get quite a bit. We're actually already on our way home. I'm leaving the parking lot. We're in our car, so this is the Cadillac. I'll do a review on that sometime later on, and you cannot see me here. It's too dark. Let me maybe fix that a little bit better. Anyway, so this is it for the review of the Chevy Malibu. Thank you very much for spending the time, and I hope I'll see you in our next video. Goodbye.